I did a 30-day detox, and then I went back to using TikTok. You are lying there right now, probably in bed or slumped on a couch, and your thumb is moving on its own. You promised yourself you would only check it for 5 minutes. Just a quick look to decompress after a long day. But that was 2 hours ago. Your eyes burn, your neck is stiff, and there is a heavy, foggy sensation behind your forehead. You aren't actually enjoying what you are watching anymore. You aren't laughing. You aren't learning. You are just consuming, feeding a bottomless hunger that leaves you feeling emptier with every swipe. You feel exhausted, yet you cannot sleep. You feel anxious, yet you cannot stop. It feels like you're watching your life bleed out through a glowing rectangle, 6 inches from your face. And the worst part is, you don't know how to stop. You feel like a passenger in your own body, watching a stranger waste your potential 1 15-second clip at a time. This isn't just a bad habit. This is a physiological hijacking. I know this intimately because I was exactly where you are. I wasn't just observing this phenomenon, I was drowning in it. I lost 3 years of my life to the algorithm. I convinced myself I was gathering inspiration or staying informed. But the reality was I was an addict. I would wake up and reach for the phone before I even reached for a glass of water. My brain was so fried from cheap dopamine that I couldn't read a single page of a book without reaching for my pocket. I felt a constant low-level anxiety, a hum of background noise that never went away. I watched friends of mine, brilliant people as yet, descend into the same fog. Take Marcus, a guy I knew who had the potential to be a great writer. He stopped writing chapters and started writing captions. He stopped creating worlds and started consuming trends. We were both rotting. We were trading our limited, non-refundable hours on this earth for cheap, temporary stimulation that we wouldn't remember 10 minutes later. We were acting as if we had an infinite supply of time, but we don't. So I did something radical. I didn't just try to cut back. I declared war. I deleted the apps, not just hidden in a folder, gone. I am telling you this because I need you to understand what happens next. The first 3 days were not peaceful. They were hell. My brain screamed for the noise. I felt phantom vibrations in my pocket. I felt bored, painfully, aggressively bored. I sat in my room and felt like the walls were closing in because I didn't have that constant drip of digital morphine. But then, around day 7, something shifted. The fog didn't just lift, it evaporated. I remember walking outside and realizing that the sky looked bluer. It sounds like a cliche, but my dopamine receptors were finally resetting. I could focus on a conversation for an hour without looking away. I started reading philosophy again. Seneca, Aurelius, and I actually understood it. I wasn't skimming. I was absorbing. Marcus followed my lead 2 weeks later. He told me that for the first time in years, the static in his head had stopped. We realized that we weren't tired because we were doing too much. We were tired because we were processing too much useless garbage. This isn't theory. This is a biological fact. You are trying to cure your exhaustion with the very thing that is causing it. You don't need more content. You need less. You need a hard reset. Here is the exact protocol I used, the one that saved my brain and gave me my life back. It is aggressive but necessary. Step 1 is the digital severance. You cannot rely on willpower. Willpower is a finite resource, and by the end of the day, yours is gone. You must delete the apps that have an infinite scroll feature. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. If you rely on them for business, use the desktop versions only. The friction of sitting at a computer will stop the mindless loops. Step 2 is the grayscale shift. I still do this today. Go into your phone settings and turn your screen to black and white. These apps are engineered with bright, candy-like colors to stimulate your primate brain. Make your phone look like a tool, not a toy. If it looks boring, you will use it less. Step 3 is the boredom reintroduction. This is what fixed me. For the next 7 days, you must sit for 15 minutes a day doing absolutely nothing. No phone, no music, no meditation, no sleep. Just sit and stare at a wall. You need to retrain your brain to tolerate low stimulation environments. This will reset your dopamine baseline. You will feel agitated. You will feel the itch. Let it burn. That burn is your brain healing. You are not destined to be a zombie. You are capable of deep work, deep thought, and deep rest. But you have to fight for it. I fought for it, and the clarity on the other side is worth every second of discomfort. You have to decide that your attention is the most valuable currency you possess, and you are done throwing it into the furnace. But be warned. Once you stop the noise, once you cut the cord, you will find something terrifying waiting for you in the silence. Your own thoughts. When the distraction ends, the overthinking begins. You might find yourself paralyzed by your own mind, analyzing every mistake you've ever made. That is the next trap. Developing discipline is useless if your own mind is your enemy. You stop the scrolling. Now you must stop the spiraling. Click here to learn how to silence the internal noise immediately before it pulls you back under.